Hi, welcome to a brand new week. Today is October 5th. Today is a Monday. This is a video for those individuals who are absent or need some additional help. First thing, hopefully you've already looked at the PowerPoint. You've gone through the slides kind of on your own to try it. If not, you're welcome to kind of watch this video, give instruction, and then go back and see what you can do on your own. So first thing is our self-start. I had students combine like terms. So when I look at this expression, 12y plus 2 plus 3y minus 1, first thing I'm going to notice is subtraction. So just to make it easier on myself, I'm going to change it to adding a 1 because that's my superpower. So I can combine my 12y and my 3y. Notice how I put the shape in front of the sign just to kind of help me out. So if I have 12y's and 3y's, that's going to give me 15y. I'm going to go ahead and do a box. Oh, that's kind of a bad box, but it'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and combine my 2 and my negative 1. That is going to give me a positive 1. I cannot combine those, so this is as far as it will simplify down. For distributing, I have a number outside parentheses that I need to multiply by what's inside. So I'm just going to do 5. Woo! Times 5m, which is going to give me 25m. Woo! Rainbow. 5 times a 6 is going to give me an answer of 30. So there you go. This is simplified down. I cannot combine those to make giraffalents. So we're done. Factor. This is the one that most of the students struggled with last week. So first thing I need to do is I need to find my GCF. So I'm just going to list all the factors, 1 and 15, and 3 and 5. For 35, I've got 1 and 35, and I've got 7 and 5. The biggest number they have in common is not the 1, but the biggest number they have in common is my 5. So that's my GCF, it's 5. So I'm going to put that GCF on the outside of my parentheses. The inside stuff is what's left over. So I'm going to make sure I put my variable here, because an X is right there, so I'm going to put it right there, just to make sure I don't forget. If I take a 5 out of 15, that's going to give me a 3 left over. If I take a 5 out of 35, that's going to give me a 7 that's left over. So there you go. That's factored as far as it can go. If I want to check my work, I can do rainbows. 15x plus 35, which is the same thing I started with, so I'm good. Here is today's deep thought. You're welcome to pause it and read it if you so desire. I am calling in individuals that have an N or a U for work completion today to kind of get them caught up. Midterms are coming up, and I don't want to give out any N's or U's for midterms. So we've done the self-start. I'm allowing students to check your grades. Remember, this is done in Passport. For today, we're going to be distributing and combining like terms, and then if there is time left over, students are going to practice using their calculator, because starting today, you are able to use calculators on everything. Any feedbacks, any homework assignments, anything you need. So in the previous week, we talked about distributing, combining like terms already, where distribute means you do this. You do your rainbows. When you do your rainbows, you have to make sure to do 2 of them because there's 2 terms inside, and I'm going to make sure I multiply. But what if we need to do distributing and combining like terms in one problem? Something like this. 3 in parentheses 4x plus 2, and then outside plus 5. So we're going to talk about what to do with these types of problems where you have to do multiple things in one problem. Now, you've learned in previous years about PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses come first. So we're going to do that first. I can't combine anything that's inside my parentheses. So to get rid of the parentheses, I've got to do my rainbows. Woo! 3 times 4x gives me a 12x. Woo, rainbows. 3 times 2 gives me 6. I do not distribute that 3 to this 5. You only distribute what's inside my parentheses. So I'm going to bring down this plus 5. So now I have 12x plus 6, 12x plus 6 plus 5. Now this is not a finished problem yet because I still have something I can combine. I can combine this plus 6 and this plus 5. So I'm going to bring down my 12x. Positive 6 and a positive 5 is going to give me positive 11. I cannot combine those two to make giraffulants, so this right here is my final answer. So when you're faced with a problem with distributing and combining like terms, distribute first and only distribute to what's inside parentheses. So now if I'm faced with a problem like this, I don't do what's outside parentheses first, nothing inside first. I can combine, so I'm going to do my rainbows. Woo! 5 plus 10f gives me 50f. Rainbows! 5 times 4 gives me 20. Do not distribute that 5 over to what's over here. I'm just going to bring it down. Now, if I look at this problem, I see something that I can combine that are my like terms. A 20 and a 10, neither one of these have a variable. So I'm going to bring down my 50f. 20 plus 10 gives me a 30. But what if we have this problem, that all of a sudden it's in front? Well, we talked yesterday about if there's not a number right here, that there is an invisible 1 that we can use. This is a subtraction problem, so I'm going to change it into my superpowers, my consequence. That now allows me to take this negative 1 and I'm going to distribute it to what's inside. Do not use the 10. The 10 is not connected to the parentheses because of that subtraction or that negative 1. Okay? So I'm going to bring that 10 down. A negative 1 times a 2a, it's going to be a negative 2a. And negative 1 times a positive 3 is going to give me a negative 3. So now I see some stuff that I can combine. I can combine my 10 and my negative 3. Positive 10 and 3 negatives, that's going to give me a 7. I can't combine that negative 2a with anything, so I'm going to just go ahead and bring it down. There's my final answer. So I had students kind of quiz each other to see if they could stump them. But there might even be a problem, like on today's homework, where you have to do kind of a lot more stuff. So I've got my subtraction. I'm going to change that to my superpower. And I'm going to take care of my parentheses first. Remember, parentheses always come first. So I'm going to bring down my 10. And negative 1 times 2a gives me a negative 2a. And negative 1 times a positive 3 is going to give me a negative 3. And I'm going to bring down my plus 1. I can combine a lot of stuff in this one. My 10, my negative 3, and my positive 1. Bring down my 2 at negative 2a because there's nothing I can do with that. 10 positives, 3 negatives, 1 positive. 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 plus a negative 3 is going to give me positive 8. Now, if we have time, we talked about it a little bit. We're going to be kind of practicing calculators as well. So this is the type of calculator that we're going to be practicing and teaching to. If you have a different scientific calculator, we can definitely teach you how to use it, but this will be the main one that we're going to be using. So The two key things on the calculator that we're going to practice today is this ABC button right here and this sign right here. This is your negative sign, so you can use this now as your negative. So if I want to type in the fraction 1/4 plus 1/2, here's what I would do. I would press the 1 first, and I'm going to find that button again that says ABC, and I'm going to press it. And then I'm going to press 4. So that tells the calculator 1, and I'm going to turn it into a fraction over 4, so 1/4, which is what we have here. It's going to look like this, so it'll look a little bit weird, and that's okay. Just go with it. That's just computer language. We're going to hit the plus sign for that. We're going to do the same thing for 1/2. We're going to press the 1, which is the numerator. Press the ABC button again, and press 2. And then we'll hit enter, and that'll give us our answer. So one more time. Go back to the screen back here. This is the ABC button right here. So you're welcome to go ahead and practice that. You can go through some of the other slides practicing the ABC button. And that's it. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher. And we're more than happy to help. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.